So what we're about to see was actually filmed late October, early November last year, 2019 now, and it's August. And over the next few weeks we're going to see how I can make all this a lot more compact, a lot lighter, which is the crux of the next few episodes coming up. It's all about going lightweight. Slow berries, not quite ready, but last time I collected them, I had a friend who made some gin with it, and I'm afraid I was rather drunk. Welcome to bexbugoutsurvivor. We're off tonight for the night with the MSS sleep system from America, the modular military sleep system. Comprises of a couple of bivvy bags, or one bivvy bag, 2 sleeping bags. It's 5 kilos, it's bulky, it's taken up most of the pack, and I can tell you right now, I won't be carrying it again. A slightly heavier stove than I would usually, and a big billy tin. It'll probably be the last time you're going to see this. Now, brought with me 3 litres in the camelback water filter, and on the way up here I have to walk through a village to get here. Felt my back getting all wet, and the pipe in the bottom here had come off it, and when I looked it hasn't got any wire ties on it or anything like that. I should have checked. And I've lost a hell of a lot of water. Out of 3 litres I was down to about 700 mil, something like that. I met a guy washing his car just before I got here out of the main village, and I asked him politely if he'd mind filling this up, and he obliged, so I'm back to at least 2 litres. Yeah, I think this will be passed on. Explain why in a minute. I brought with me a basher. So far might not be required. There's no prediction for rain, just chilly snaps. I mean, I'm sweating now, the sun's out, it's early or late afternoon, early evening, and there's still sun in the sky, but tonight it's going to be cold, and I know that the MSS sleep system should do the job. I'll show you the problem with this. I'm going to have to be so careful with this. This pipe had detached from the bladder itself, and I haven't got an electrical wire tie on me. I usually have a bag of tricks just like that. I've even was considering bringing a toolkit, and I thought I'm not going to need it. I'm only going to be out till tomorrow morning. Even a basic kit would have done, but I mean, just look, 3 litres equals 3 kilos. The pack itself without a toothbrush I think is about 3.5 or 4 kilos. I'm going to weigh it, and later we'll have a look at that weight. Inside it we've got the MSS sleep system. I think that's around about 5 kilos. I've gone big with the winter stove and billy tin set, at least 2 kilos just for the stove, but it includes all the fuel. Lovely new gold beaners, 5kN, so that's just in case the suspension plays up with me again. A lot of pack weight just for one night. Hell of a lot of pack weight. Actually, I did weigh everything, including the pack and the water. 18.8 kilos. Before we get into anything too deep, Might not need the basher. Hammock with, I want to try the suspension. The last, what, 3 nights or 3 times off camera, I've been putting together a hyper light system, and I will make it a little episode because I think you'll like it. And there's a lot of hyper light ideas, and I'm getting addicted to this hyper light camping. I used to laugh at it watching other people weighing a toothbrush and things like that, but for someone as OCD as I am, it's a dangerous little hobby, and it's expensive hobby as well. The more lightweight you go, the price goes up. But I'm semi-retired now anyway, and with what little money I've got left, I'll be treating myself to some down underquilts and top quilts, lightweight basher from America, and that's me good for all year round hammock hanging, and just keep me old army gear for ground dwelling. And these I thought were going to be daisy chains all the way from China, but what actually these are when they arrived are tree straps. And I contacted them and said, look, I wanted the daisy chains, you've given me tree straps. Send a photograph of them, they said, forward a receipt and send them back to Hong Kong. They cost a £5. I'm keeping them. They're actually better than the ones I bought from the UK. I'm not saying something. Might have to find some sticks to make the spike hitch with, but there's too much wood around to find any sticks, unfortunately. This hammock and little tent pegs and whoopies, it's just part of my hyperlight kit that I'm putting together. I've bought a lovely winter hammock, or for cooler climates, and we'll be having a look at that. Might even take it out next week, just because I am sick of bringing such heavy kit like that. For a change, I'm going to do something that I want. It's not scheduled, but I'm not going to bring a heavy kit out next time. Right, it's close to the tree. I'm going to put my toddle in for the moving spike hitch. Now, I'm never too sure which side of this knot the whoopee should be, because that looks like it is biting into the knot itself, if it matters at all. I've just got in it. It seems alright. Now, usually I don't mind doing the moving spike hitch, because I'll use the carabiner on it and I feel more secure like that. And I have got a couple of beaners, come to think of it, but like I said, the hammock is just part of the hyperlight system where I wouldn't use beaners. It's beanerless system. Yeah. Well, with the whoopies, I'll give it its due. You get a good span, a really good span of tree. It opens up a lot more opportunities in the woodland. And by the way, I know it's called a marlon spike hitch. I'm just winding you up. It's bound to be someone already types. He called it a moving spike hitch, and it's not a moving spike hitch, it's a marlon spike hitch. I'm going to write and tell him all about it. The MWS sleep system, what can I say about it? Too heavy, especially for an overnight camp or even a week. Takes up far too much volume. I haven't even got mine in its stuff sack, and neither would I want it to. The water I actually had on top of my Bergen and not on the back of it, because I'd rather carry the weight high up than go further back. You really do feel the weight of the water. But next week I think I'll bring out part of my hyperlight system and you'll see a massive difference, massive, of just how I carry everything for a start. Right, I've got a roll mat and I have a 3/4 length inflatable. Both are army surplus, and that is the only insulation I've got to go in the actual hammock itself. Now I'm going to put mine inside the bags with me. Well, one of them. I put one under the gore-tex and one actually in the sleeping bag, and I lie directly on it, and I've done that a few times. But before anything, you can hear parched. I need a brew. Got the big stove with me, and I got the big billy tin. I was going to have lots of coffee. It's lucky that the last house in the village, the guy was washing his car, and I managed to get some water off him. Lucky is not the word. Not really a backpacking stove. The Sportster 533 unleaded Coleman's. Awesome stove. Not really camping. I love it though. It's safer than my little BRS booster stove. I'm going to swap that tank out and the fitting for it, but a cracking little stove until I can afford myself a little whisper light. But I've been looking at them and I don't like the way they fold up. It's not compact enough for me. It needs, the stove section needs to fit in a cup. And I've looked at the Nova, and I've looked at the Whisperlight International and the Savota, all the same. They will not, the stove section will not fit into a cup. But neither does this. So, but then again, this isn't a Hyperlight system either. Folder, mug, billy tin, full of all my emergency coffee rations, hot chocolates. I have brought with me a little digging shovel. I'm just going to have a little, oh, it does dig, good. I thought with the ground being a bit tougher this time of the year, it wouldn't want to dig. That's a good little shovel, that. It was free on the front of a magazine, and because it was free in front of the magazine, I didn't actually get the garden magazine because I didn't want to read that, so I just took the free bit off. Now I've walked up this field and I'm sure I saw a massive water trough. They must be drinking something, and I've got a pretty good filter. I can always boil my water. Now I did bring with me a little camp organiser, just a little mat to put everything on. I forgot to organise it into my bag, but the lid of that will do just to organise things like that. So I just carried my stove in loose, and I've just put some tape around the regulator here, or the valve, and it just stops it from turning on while it's in the pack. And I want to get this on before them bull cows come down and attack me, giving me funny looks again. Now I've given this a clean through and it is running like a dream, dry as a bone. Right, I've got my knife on standby here just in case one of them cows tries to give me trouble and standing up on the back leg squirting milk at you. But I reckon I could wrestle one of them, maybe two. It's not a bad temperature for the daytime. At night it goes really, really cold, and it goes dark very, very early also. Then I'll be ready to jump in when it goes dark. This time of the year I just bring with me a little MP4 to listen to, and I've got about an hour and a half of podcasts to listen to with two of my favourite people, Joe Rogan, and he is interviewing one of my favourites, Dr. Stephen Greer, and I'm not going to explain who he is. if you're into the same subject matter as I am, you will know who Dr. Stephen Greer is. Fascinating bloke, and I could well listen to an hour and a half of him, and I can tonight. Brew. That's the magic of camping. I can do whatever the hell I want. Let's turn this right down. It's not a bad little organising system, this, for me. Now, I usually like to have this little pocket on the other side here, but I haven't set it up like that. It'd be easy enough to take off these little pegs here off the whoopee and just swap it round. I'm a creature of habit. I like to know where the pocket is to put my bits in, so I might even do that. Then I'm just going to throw the insulation in, and I don't think I'm going to bother with the tarp. I bought the Sargasso Jungle Storm tarp, but I don't think I'm going to bother. 5 kilos, only 2 sleeping bags, a woodland gore-tex, and it's a hell of a lot of money. And to be quite honest with you, I've had it on the ground twice since I've had it, and I got a very cold right shoulder on both occasions. Now, I just took a jumper off, I put it there, and it stopped. So I haven't just had any value out of it at all. And over 5 kilos, I'm putting that into 4.5 kilos a pack, then putting 3 kilos of water in, 2 kilos of stove, and you can see already how it's mounting up. And for that much money that cost, I could have actually had a down underquilt, and I wish that's how I'd have spent the money. But I got that a few years ago, and I wasn't any the wiser into down under blankets. I am now. So like I said, this one's going on the market. I should be able to get my money back for it, no problem. They hold the price. You can buy them, get a couple of years use out of it, and then sell it. So you've had free camping, and I'd be surprised if I don't get my money back. I love this little billy tin. I know it's big, but I really do love it. Even if I only bring it out to make coffee, that is what I will do. And if you want to know how to make cowboy coffee, I've put that on the channel. And that was a nice, fun day out for me anyway. Oh God! Not enough sugar! Now, the MSS sleep system is big in America, just for putting in the hammocks, and it's something I've never tried, and now I know why. It takes up too much room, it's too heavy. Okay, better plough through this, we're losing light quick. 3-part sleeping bag system. The gore-tex here, it's not DPM, this is woodland. It's the American version of DPM. Quite nice, I like it. And a lovely khaki. I love khaki, by the way. This is your patrol sleeping bag here in green, and it's very similar to the British Jungle. Very similar. I've never tried it on its own. I've only ever used the Jungle sleeping bag for that. And then the black one here is your intermediate bag, which is, it's said to be 4 season. I don't buy it. 3 at a push. And they all have snap buttons. So the green snaps into the black, and the black snaps into the green snaps into the gore-tex. You can really give it some hammering and it comes back for more. It's a great bit of kit, very heavy though. A bit heavy for me at my age. But I do want to see why the Americans love this in a hammock, because I think it's a hell of a weight of kit just for a night's hammocking. The minute the light starts going, the temperature starts plummeting like it is now, and it's time to get as much of this in as I can. I'm going to start with the full length. It might just be easier just to lay it straight on. No, there's no way that was going to go inside between bivvy and the sleeping bag. It does mean I'm going to have to lie as flat as I can. It's only 140 wide, so you can't get a diagonal lie in that. In my new hammock you can, and take it or leave it. I put a ridge line in it. I'll bear with it and see what comes of it to keep. Gonna need to keep the NATO mat underneath the Gore-Tex, but I'm still gonna have the inflatable in the bag with me. So far, plans are always changing when you have to adapt to things, so there is no one set rule here for me. Adapt and overcome, simple as. I think some of these might actually recognise me. I wonder if they have memory like we do. I mean, I recognise this one here, and she seems to recognise me. Or was it that one? Okay, this is 3/4 length inflatable inside the black bag. I'm just going to have a lie down on top of it all first, just to see if I've got the angle, because it looks like I'm very close to the end here, and I could do with actually pulling everything up more towards the head end of the hammock here. Now this stitching on this cheap type of hammock here is a chain stitch, which I believe is a decorative stitch. I never like seeing that, especially when you've got a channel of cord running through holding the whole lot up. I would like to have seen a single running stitch like that, really, or 3 lots of single running stitches, but hopefully it shouldn't matter too much. I've got a similar one at home, very long. It's the snug pack one, and I just tied it off here like that and made a gather out of it. This not only acts as my drip stop if it does rain and I have a tarp over me, this is actually part of the Hyperlight system. Got a hat, I'm going to have to put it on. Wait, what's that doing there? I think she was here a couple of weeks ago. And in here I've got a buffalo, a snug pack buffalo, and I'm going to have to put it on. I'm going to have to. I'm getting cold now. This one has just come incredibly close to me and just tried staring me out. I don't think I would like to wrestle with it. Look at the damn size of it and how close it is. Go on, go on, go on. Okay, time to test it all out. Whoopies on sticks. Don't know why so many people trust that idea. It seems good enough. Good enough. I just want one night where I can have a really cracking night's sleep. These things always want to escape in a hammock. But I've made a new hammock mat anyway. Should have bought it out tonight, but hey ho. Last night I had a terrible chill, bit of a flu-like symptoms coming on. And being outdoors is the best cure for any kind of viruses like that. And I am in a place that is renowned for having some of the cleanest air in the UK, and there used to be a chest hospital over there where they'd bring all the patients from the UK to recuperate, and it seems to agree with me. It's good air, it's good clean air. This is why I like it here. Yeah. That one's funny. Bit frisky. And because of the pills I'm on, that gave me gut rot last night. A terrible gut rot. Wow, incredibly close, incredibly close. Look at that. I wonder if that's the same one from last time. It's got to be. I recognise her. I'm going to make sure that is a her. I see you. Man-eating vermin. So this is my smock, and I didn't bring the under part to it. The under fleece. I only bought this because I thought it'd be warm enough for tonight, just because the afternoon was so warm. One hell of a dip between this afternoon and now, and it's only going to get colder as it gets darker, so it looks like I will be hitting the old bag system a hell of a lot sooner than I thought. Another hot brew, plenty of hot brews. Oh, it's going to get cold tonight. I'm going to need a fire. Only a case of me finding out now if the MWS sleep system will keep me warm. And like I said, I've got to chill. It's got to work, otherwise it's going to be 18.5 kilos of wasted exercise. I'm so tired and cold, and I'm losing all sorts of sensations now. I've got to get in. I've got to get in. I'm going to have a brew anyway. God knows what time it is, but that moon is the most orange I've ever seen it. I'm not on a tripod, and the sway of the hammock is making it look like the moon's moving, but it's me that's moving. I can't help it. At the bottom of the moon it actually looks blue and the rest is orange. I'll see if I can counter the sway of the hammock for you. Wow, it's magnificent, look at that. It's just gone even more orange. It looks like the rapture of God is coming. I wish this camera would pick up just how blue the moon looks at the bottom. Good morning. And from moon up to sun up. Yeah. Slept really, really well right through the meridian hour as well. I took that softy buffalo off, and my socks as well. I could have actually got into this just in my shorts, but it was a bit cold when I went to bed, and woke up about 4, got up, had a wee. It was cold, but I got back in and just started taking my socks off, taking my jumper off. Nice and warm. The pad that I was lying on ended up going under the sleeping bag and not in the sleeping bag with me. My feet were pinching because the adjustment on the suspension wasn't how I liked it. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed. It would easy get you down autumn, early winter this, just as it is, without any modification. Would I do it again? 5 odd kilos, takes up a whole Bergen. No, I wouldn't do it again. I'd rather take my little bomb pod out. It's a lot more compact, just as warm, but I am impressed. I think it would make a good car camping bit of kit, but it's very expensive. I could have got myself a proper down underquilt for the price of this, and then just saved up for the top quilt. Right, I haven't got a lot of battery left, so I will take this opportunity to say thank you for joining me. If you're thinking about using the MSS sleep system, of course it works. Really warm, socks were off, I took the buffalo off, the hat off, I was toasty warm, really warm. 5 kilos, takes up nearly 90 litres. Just personally not for me. It's a great bit of kit, but just not for me. So I'm going to pass it on, I think, and we'll say goodbye to the MSS. Till next time, take care, and I will see you out there. I haven't got anything for you. Carrots next week. Yeah, come here. Watch that back end there. Oh, look at this one. It'll be more than a few weeks old.